it's Anne-Marie and welcome to another 30 Days to Distinction tip, part of the 30 Days to Distinction challenge, where every day I'm going to be sharing a tip over 30 days to help you become distinguishable, uncopyable, and irresistible to your ideal client. So you are the choice versus just a choice when they're ready to make a decision. This is tip number 11, being irresistible to your ideal client, what it is and what it is not. Now, being irresistible, as you would probably have assumed or know, means to be so compelling that you are hard to resist. And an online definition that I found of being irresistible said too powerful or convincing to be resisted. However, in the context of becoming irresistible to your ideal client is just that, being irresistible to your ideal client. And that means not trying to be irresistible to anyone and everyone, but rather your ideal client. Also, when it comes to being irresistible, when it relates to businesses, there are some certain areas that I'm referring to which are important to focus on. And I'm going to dive into those a little bit deeper in upcoming tips, as well as some of the other things that you should be avoiding. But today I want to look at just a couple of things that you should avoid when it comes to being irresistible for your ideal client. Now, so often we assume that to be irresistible, we have to become something or someone that is going to stand out and attract our ideal client. Now, there's some truth to that, but you need to be mindful that becoming someone or something means that we don't diminish who we are or how we come across in that unique way. Let me share a little bit more about what I mean by that. So often we think that we have to be a certain character, we have to show certain mannerisms. But what I say to you is, no. Identify the best part of you and then give yourself permission to just shine. You don't need to put on a mask. You don't need to dull your light because someone else doesn't like the way that you show up. Rather, that just means you may not be for them, and that's okay. You're here to support a specific client who will absolutely resonate with who you are and how you show up, the best part of you, which you've probably already started to get clear on through the last number of tips that I've shared, the distinction triad, your unique mannerisms, your characteristics. Now, another aspect that you want to avoid when it comes to being irresistible and what not to do relates to your message and your story. And I've mentioned it before, and I'm going to mention it again because it is so important, particularly if you've been listening to marketers who've told you to do this. And that is never, ever, ever think that you need to make up a story because your current story is too boring or doesn't really work as well. Any relationship that has been based and built on mistruth, which is a lie, is not the place to start. You just need to dig a little bit deeper to find the golden nuggets of what makes you irresistible. Now that you know what not to do, tomorrow come back and we'll dive in a little bit deeper into what you need to focus on when putting together an irresistible message for your ideal client. However, your action step right now is to go back over the notes that you've taken in your Take Action Guide about the markers and milestones. And I want you to start writing some notes about which ones are most relevant to your ideal client. Jot them down because we're going to be referring back to those in upcoming tips over the next few days. If you haven't already downloaded the Take Action Guide, you can go and access it over at industrythoughtleaderacademy.com/distinction. You'll be able to catch up on other tips that we have covered over the last number of days that will support you in becoming distinguishable, uncopyable, and irresistible, and the choice versus just a choice when your ideal client is wanting to make that move. Now, as always, stay tuned because tomorrow I'm coming back with another 30 Days to Distinction tip. I'll see you then.